Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today I'm going to show you how you can make extreme cut shots in pool. And we're going to start with this one right here. So believe it or not, we're going to cut this one ball all the way down the rail. And for me, this has actually become a fairly high percentage shot. So all you really have to do on a shot like this is aim slightly into the rail with some of that left spin. So aim slightly to miss the ball, actually. Use some draw, like you're almost going to miss the ball. You got to cut this one as thin as possible. So these are always a bit tricky, but they can really come in handy. So if you're adding just a smallest amount, I'm sorry I said left spin earlier, I meant right spin on your cue ball, then it's going to throw this ball to the left. So that means you can aim to cut it here, but since that right spin is throwing it to the left, bam, it's going over there. So just tap it a right spin, aim slightly into the rail, or just to miss the ball completely through that little gap right there. And then that right spin is going to push the cue ball over there, you see, but a very minor effect here. And that is how you are able to pocket that ball way down there. So just tap it a right spin, aim into the rail slightly, and here is the shot. Okay, so I've shown this cut a few times. So this is commonly referred to as the impossible cut shot. But it is very much possible and pretty simple after you get the hang of it. So right here, these two balls are in a dead straight line. You might think it's impossible to cut this one ball into here, but it's actually pretty simple. So if you're adding, you need to add a ton of right spin. If you're cutting this ball to the right, you're adding a ton of right spin. Cutting it to the left, you're adding a ton of left spin. What this does is instead of cutting it like exactly into there, like that, like as if you were coming from this angle, it's actually going into the rail first, and that right spin is bringing it to the right, still knocking that ball in. So whatever spin that you need to have it come back this way is the spin you're applying on this shot. So if you aim for that spot that you think the cue ball just barely misses, that one ball, you're going to be way off to the left. And that's because when you hit the cue ball, or any ball, on its right, it goes to the left. On the left, goes to the right. So that happens during a shot as well. So, but you're not going to aim full at the one ball. If you aim for about half of it, that's what happens. So you're aiming a little bit less than half of this ball. It's difficult at first, but then it will, I promise, it'll get simple. And here it is. Okay, so now we're going to shoot the same shot just over here. Take this 5 ball. Take our cue ball. And one major thing about this shot is that you have to make sure that this ball is frozen to the rail. So frozen means touching. So this shot, you could potentially try to avoid the double kiss and bank that ball here. But if for some reason you can't do that, or you don't trust yourself with banks, this might be the better shot, shooting with a ton of right spin since we're cutting it to the right. Cue ball going into the rail first and coming to the right, grazing that 5 ball, knocking it in. You don't have to worry about scratching because when that right spin takes over here, it's going to come back over here. So you'll be perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about the scratch. But here is the shot. Now, shots like this are always tough when we're trying to feather this 8 ball into that side pocket. Simply because those 2 points right here can get very, very distracting. So I'm going to teach you a good way to aim this shot. So with cut shots like this, it's natural instinct in pool to aim for the back of the pocket. But the back of the pocket is right here. So if you're aiming for the back of the pocket, you're going to hit this line. I tend to aim for right here, the opening of the pocket. Your cue ball may hit this point, your 8-ball may hit that point and kind of wobble in. But opening the pocket almost never fails. And you have to learn the limits of the table on the side pocket. I have big side pockets on my table, abnormally large side pockets. So I can go to shots to about here and still have good room. I could probably even shoot this, potentially. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think that's my limit, but that is still a big side pocket. So a table with smaller side pockets might not be able to handle a shot like this. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but this shot may not be handled on some pool tables. So know the table's limits. These you always have to shoot slower, because these points are made of rubber, and rubber is bouncy. So if I'm going to shoot this shot hard, I either have to get insanely perfect aim, or it's going to bounce out. Just like that. So you see how I aimed for the right spot. Just if I hit hard, that rubber is going to bounce that ball right out of the pocket. Another very common mistake people make when they're shooting these cut shots towards this corner right here, same mistake that they make towards the side. They always aim for the back of the pocket. Now let's say that our 8-ball right here, cue ball's here. Back of the pocket is here. So if we're aiming for the back of the pocket, shot's gonna look like this. No way is that ever going in. So we're always gonna have to aim for the opening of the pocket. So I always aim for the opening of the pocket, and if I can, I shoot this ball pretty soft, just to give room for this ball to fall in. So the softer you hit it, the more likely it is that the ball will fall in. So if we do accidentally hit that left side, at a soft speed, it will still fall in. Now if you have to hit it at a fast speed, you're going to want to aim exactly right here, for like the middle of that little slant in that pocket. Not over there, because you'll do that, and not below, because you'll do the exact same thing. But right there. That's only if you have to completely whack it. Harder a cut it is, the harder the shot is at high speed. Like that is an extremely difficult shot to shoot as hard as you can, so you shouldn't. You always want to shoot these kind of soft if you can. You may have to sacrifice some position. You're not going to walk up to this shot and then just try to fire it in. It's not the brightest idea. But always aim for the opening of the pocket. Hit it slow if you can. If you have to whack it, aim for the middle of that little slant. Shots like this, same problem. Also scratching. Same problem with aiming for the back of the pocket. It's going to bring you to about right here, and if you hit it hard, that ball's just going to wobble out. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button down below. If you want to be notified when I upload a new video, you can click the subscribe button, then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. So we're almost at 80,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that really fast. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.